is a well-known but very dangerous cave diving location in Hernando County.
Now to those deadly caves. A pair of divers' bodies found Monday.
Close a well-known cave diving site.
Three friends went to explore the Eagle's Nest cave system inside a sinkhole. Their expectations were to enjoy the mysterious and chilling depths of the cave. But as they descended deeper into the darkness of the cave, their expectations of a dream dive ended up in an absolute tragedy. However, only one of them was able to make it back to their designated meeting spot, but not without severe consequences. On a crispy Saturday morning on October 15, 2016, three friends, Patrick Peacock, Chris Rittenmeyer, and Justin Blakely, met up to begin their dive. They had planned this trip for weeks, eager to explore the mysteries of Eagle's Nest. Located in Hernando County, Florida, this cave system had a fearsome reputation within the diving community. From the surface, it appeared to be nothing more than a murky, unassuming sinkhole. But beneath the water's surface lay a vast and treacherous labyrinth of underwater tunnels, chambers, and passageways. The cave's allure was in its complexity and danger. It was known for its strong currents, sudden drops, and disorienting turns that could easily trap even the most experienced divers. Patrick and Chris, both seasoned cave divers from Fort Lauderdale, were no strangers to these kinds of dangerous underwater environments. They had spent years diving in caves around Florida, Mexico, and South America, honing their skills and building a deep understanding of the risks involved in cave diving. Patrick, in particular, was an experienced diving instructor with a wealth of knowledge about cave systems and the specific challenges they posed. Chris, equally experienced, had explored some of the most intricate cave systems in the world, and his confidence matched his skill level. Their third friend, Justin, was also an avid diver, but he lacked the specialized training and experience required for cave diving. Though he shared their excitement and sense of adventure, he was aware of his limitations and understood that he would not be able to join Patrick and Chris in the deeper, more dangerous sections of the cave. This had been part of their plan all along. Patrick and Chris would explore the cave's depths, while Justin would stay closer to the surface, exploring the more accessible areas. By 2 p.m., the group had geared up and was ready to enter the water. The plan was simple. Patrick and Chris would dive deep into the cave, exploring. Time pushing himself harder than before, despite knowing that he was not trained to go deeper into the cave. But once again, his search yielded nothing. By 6 p.m., Justin knew that something was terribly wrong. He wasn't experienced enough to search the deeper parts of the cave on his own, and the sinking feeling in his stomach told him that his friends were in serious danger. Desperate and out of options, Justin surfaced for the final time and called for help. The rescue teams arrived within hours, mobilizing quickly to search for the missing divers. The first team, consisting of two highly experienced divers, John Burno and Charlie Robertson, entered the water around 11 p.m. that night. Their mission was to follow the same route that Patrick and Chris had planned to explore, hoping to find some trace of the missing men. As they descended into the cave, they encountered oxygen bottles and decompression habitats that Patrick and Chris had left behind, markers of their planned dive. But despite following the route carefully, there was no sign of Patrick or Chris. After several hours of searching, John and Charlie surfaced around 3:30 a.m., exhausted and empty-handed. A second team, consisting of Ted McCoy and AJ Gonzalez, took over the search early the next morning. This time, the divers explored the downstream tunnels, hoping that Patrick and Chris had ventured in that direction. As they descended deeper into the cave, they encountered stronger currents and tighter passageways, making navigation more difficult. It was here, in a section known as the Pit, that they made a grim discovery. Patrick and Chris were found dead, their bodies trapped in the cave's intricate tunnels. The scene was heartbreaking. Patrick's body was found with his rebreather still in place, but it was clear that he had made a desperate attempt to survive in his final moments. His gas cylinder was empty, and his bailout tanks had been moved, suggesting that he had tried to switch to an alternate air source before succumbing to the conditions. Chris was found nearby, still wearing his diving gear, but his body showed signs of having tried to escape. His backup light was off, and his body had positive buoyancy, indicating that he had made a last-ditch effort to return to the surface before it was too late. Ted and AJ spent nearly an hour documenting the scene and gathering evidence in an attempt to understand. What had gone wrong? After collecting all the necessary information, they surfaced with the devastating news. On Sunday, October 16, 2016, a recovery team was sent down to retrieve the bodies of Patrick and Chris. The recovery process was slow and painstaking, with divers carefully moving the bodies from the pit to the top of the ballroom, where another team was waiting to bring them to the surface. By Monday, October 17th, the final recovery team went down to retrieve the remaining equipment, including Patrick's rebreather and other gear, which were handed over to authorities for analysis. The cause of the tragedy remains unclear, but many experts believe that nitrogen narcosis, a condition that affects divers at great depths, may have played a role. Nitrogen narcosis can cause confusion, poor judgment, and even unconsciousness, especially in complex cave systems like Eagle's Nest. Chuck Walls, a diving specialist, explained that even the most experienced divers can fall victim to nitrogen narcosis. It's called Martini's Law, he told CNN, referring to the effects of nitrogen narcosis. You lose some of your judgment and make poor decisions. It's like being intoxicated. In the dangerous and disorienting environment of Eagle's Nest, even a brief lapse in judgment could have deadly consequences. The deaths of Patrick and Chris serve as a sobering reminder of the dangers of cave diving. Eagle's Nest, with its hidden tunnels, unpredictable currents, and low visibility, has claimed the lives of many divers over the years. Its beauty and complexity are undeniable, but so are its dangers. Even for the most experienced divers, the cave presents a significant risk, and one wrong move can quickly turn a thrilling adventure into a deadly tragedy. Despite the risks, Eagle's Nest continues to attract divers from around the world. Its reputation as one of the most challenging cave systems only seems to increase its allure. For many, the opportunity to explore its underwater labyrinth is too tempting to resist. The cave's unique combination of stunning underwater formations and narrow, winding tunnels make it a diver's dream and a nightmare all at once. For those who survive, the experience is unforgettable, an opportunity to witness a hidden world that few will ever see. But for others, like Patrick and Chris, the cave has proven to be a fatal trap, one from which there is no return. As the news of Patrick and Chris's deaths spread, the diving community was shaken. Both men were well known and respected in their circles, and their tragic end served as a harsh reminder of just how dangerous the sport can be. Cave diving is not like other forms of diving. It requires specialized training, meticulous planning, and an ability to stay calm under extreme pressure. In a cave as intricate and unforgiving as Eagle's Nest, even a small mistake can lead to disaster. Many divers who had previously explored Eagle's Nest spoke out about the risks they had encountered while diving there. Some recalled narrow escapes, close calls with running out of air, or becoming disoriented in the maze-like tunnels. Others spoke of the eerie silence and total darkness that could quickly overwhelm a diver's senses, causing panic. Cave diving, they emphasized, is not for the faint of heart. It requires not only physical skill, but also mental toughness and an ability to make quick, life-saving decisions in the face of danger. For Justin, the experience was life-changing. He had entered the dive with excitement and optimism, looking forward to exploring the cave with his two best friends. But the day had ended in unimaginable tragedy. He had survived, but the weight of what had happened would haunt him for the rest of his life. Justin had done everything he could to try and save his friends, but the realization that they had been lost in the cave's depths, just out of his reach, was almost too much to bear. He would never forget the hours he spent searching for them, diving back down into the cave again and again, only to surface with no answers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like this video and subscribe to our channel Fatal Disasters for more videos like this.